What is going on, gut health warriors, and welcome back to another episode of the Kaleidoscope. I am your host, Dr. Michael Forstner, and today is Friday again, which is where we do Q and A's. And today's video, I'm going to answer one of the questions I saw come across my feed recently, and it was, what is one of the hardest things dealing with ulcerative colitis? Now, I'm assuming this question is probably coming from someone who doesn't deal with it, or knows someone that has it, or maybe hasn't had a major flare up and is asking this question because this is a great question. And if you ever do have any questions, these Friday sessions are just for that. So again, put questions down in the comments in these podcasts or in the videos themselves. I'm more than happy to go over these questions. Now, going back to that question, what is the most difficult thing with ulcerative colitis? Now, I'm going to speak from my own self. Now, obviously, this can be different for anyone else because everyone's going to have their different symptoms. But for me, personally speaking, I think the most difficult thing was traveling. And what I mean by this, I'm going to tie it into multiple things, is that whenever I was traveling, and this isn't just flight wise, this is driving, this is just going to friends' houses for the most part, I constantly had to think about where and when I was going to go to the bathroom. This was something, if we were leaving, say, at 8 a.m. in the morning to go somewhere like the zoo, I had to wake up at 6 a.m. to go to the bathroom for the first time, and then probably go to the bathroom again at 7:30 before we left, and maybe even again right before we left, which is 3 times, which again, if you're thinking about that, that's way too many times already for your day. And when we did get to that area, the point of where we need to go, typically the first thing I had to do was go to the bathroom. I couldn't even like meet and greet people or again enjoy wherever we got to because I was constantly thinking and worrying about going to the bathroom, and it's because of how flared I was. Now, granted, someone else may not be that bad, but this I think is more common than not. That I think the more people I've talked to and the people I've helped, they deal with this a lot of times, and therefore, again, that was probably the most difficult thing because not only did it stress me out, but I'm sure it stressed out my entire family, not just my wife and my boys, but also my parents, my father and mother-in-law, and everyone else that ever saw me. Because again, you could always see there was this like panic look at my face. I could never be calm and actually enjoy the moment because at any given point of going somewhere, I was constantly head over my shoulder, just constantly thinking, "Where's the bathroom?" Thinking that if the bathroom stall is even going to be open and available, because trust me, I've been there where it has not been open, and trust me, that is a massive issue because when you gotta go and there's someone in that stall or there's even a line to go in that stall, you really have to hold it, and that doesn't always happen. And therefore, again, this makes a huge issue. But overall, like I said, that by itself I think is the most difficult thing because you really have to dictate how you're going to travel, how you're going to move and go throughout your entire day. And that is something that most people do not think about when it comes to gut health issues because most people think, oh yeah, I'm just going to drive there and yeah, there might be a restroom, or I'll just wait to go back home to go to the restroom. No, that is not the thing, especially with ulcerative colitis. Now, I don't know for other gut health issues if they have the same issues along those lines, but when you have a flare up, and you have that big ulcer in your gut lining, especially in your large intestines, things once they hit that area, your body just wants to shoot it out. It does not care wherever you are. You could be driving, you could be just sitting in a park and no bathroom anywhere in sight. And again, this is what made it very difficult. Now, fortunately, I was able to heal my gut up with multiple protocols I have done. If you are curious about that, you can always click down on the link below. There is a gut health challenge. It's totally free. You can check it out. But we do offer services as well. That's something that you can always message us as well if you're very curious about that. We're more than happy to help people out. But like I said, this by itself I think was the most difficult thing. So again, if you are dealing with that, it might be time to figure out and find a way to heal your gut, because if you do not, you're going to go down a very dark path. I know how that is because I've been there before, and therefore, again, healing your gut up is going to make a huge difference. So you are looking for a way, I definitely recommend checking out our gut health program. It is a little challenge, so each and every day gives you more information on what you can do, but also if there's more things going on, we can obviously talk about how we can help you. And lastly, I do want to talk about one thing, and that is again my probiotics here that I do recommend. Again, Just Thrive Health. If you do check the link also down below, you can check these bad boys out. Again, when you're having gut health issues, I think probiotics is a great thing. Now, granted, if you are in a major flare, you may want to hold off on the probiotics, but this is a great way to help populate the good bacteria back in your gut, and I really trust them. They are a great brand. It's spore form, so it actually gets to where it should be, where a lot of those other ones you see, really don't do the job. So again, Just Thrive Health is a place to go to. Use the word colitis to get an additional saving. Again, colitis, Colitis. That will give you an additional saving, not just with probiotics, but anything in their checkout. So therefore, again, helps this podcast and helps this channel as well. So I greatly appreciate that. But that's all we have for you today in this Q&A section, because we just had the one question. I really thought that was an important question to answer. But for anyone watching this video, if you have questions and want answers, put them down below. I will do my best to answer all these questions and give you the answers that, again, I find personally for me, that I found that have helped me, and hopefully they can help you as well, or your loved one that is dealing with any gut health issues. So that is it. And as always, stay healthy, and I will see you in our next video.